welcome to my channel. My name is Joanna. I am a licensed esthetician and I provide lash services, facials, and waxing services in my treatment room. If you are interested in watching on my journey and how I became an esthetician, keep on watching. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. So I am here in Texas, so in every state it is going to be different. So you may want, if you are interested in being an esthetician or enrolling in a cosmetology program, keep in mind that in every state it is going to be different. So what I am saying is probably going to be different from everybody else. So I am going to be sharing my experience for the state of Texas. So I did enroll in aesthetics program specifically for makeup services. I was not interested in doing facials or waxing services that just came along with the program. And I went ahead and enrolled in March of 2013 and graduated in November 2013 of that same year. So here in the state of Texas, you are required to have 750 hours, and then after that you do have to go take a written exam with the state, and then also if you do pass that one, you'll go ahead and be set up to do the practical exam. Your school should be able to help you with this part of the exam. They train you pretty much, and they have you study to take those exams. So make sure that the school that you are enrolling in does for some type of tutoring or some type of studying programs, and make sure that they help you with making sure that you are set up for success for passing those state exams, because you do not want to take it again. Now, if you do fail those exams, if you fail the written exam, you're not allowed to take the practical until you pass that written exam. So study before you take the exam, and mainly for me it was more about sterilization, disinfecting, more of the sanitation than anything else. So make sure you do study for that. And the practical, for us as an esthetician, you do have to you have to set up for a facial and go through the steps of a facial, and making sure you do not cross-contaminate any of the product or any of the tools that you'll be using in your treatment room. So that is one thing for the actual aesthetics program here in the state of Texas. It is 750 hours. You do have to take a written exam and a practical exam. Some states, they do offer aesthetics program at a much lower hour, so check with your state again. In the state of Texas, I am able to provide facial services, basic facial services, some chemical peels, superficial chemical peels, TCA peels. I'm also able to provide lash extensions and lash lift services, and also waxing services. Once you go into school, you will learn how to do some of these things. It's not very detailed, so once you finish, you do want to go ahead and get continuing education right after school. Once you're done with your exam and you get your license, go ahead and enroll in certifications and keep doing this to learn new treatments. Here in the beauty industry, there's always a new treatment coming out, so you want to make sure you are on top of that. And then also just to continue refresher, taking refresher classes is also a good investment in your treatment. Keep in mind that not every state allows us to do certain treatments, like microneedling. I will have to have like a medical director in order for me to do those services. I don't offer microneedling because anything that is puncturing the skin, you have to have some type of medical director, pretty much a doctor that will sign off for you. Usually they will charge you a monthly fee, and then you're able to work under them. Before I became an esthetician, I was going to community college right after I graduated high school. I went and got my associate's degree and applied. It was an arts degree. I was going to transfer, well, I did transfer over to a 4-year university and received my bachelor's degree. But in between that time, I graduated with my associates in 2012. In between that time, I knew I wanted to do something else other than working a corporate job, because it was very stressful for me. It was either the military route, the police route, or what I am doing now, because I was interested in makeup at the time. So I went ahead and enrolled in the school, and it took me about 8 months when I finished it. Shortly after, in 2014, I took my my first lash extension certification program through Nova Lash. I had to drive over to Durant, Oklahoma, and that was a 1-day certification program, and it was about $1,200 for a 1-day course. I highly recommend you not to take a 1-day course if this is your first time doing lash extensions, because you are not going to learn anything in 1 day. You're not going to learn a lot in 2 days either. It's more of the practice. But if you have 2 days, you're able to go home and you're able to just refresh and then start over on the 2nd day. So I highly recommend, don't do a 1-day course. If you are already a advanced artist or aesthetics, then, and you already know the basics of isolation and making fans and dipping into the glue amount, then a 1-day refresher course or a 1-day course is good, because you already know the basics also of the contaminations, of the different contraindications that people who have some contraindications are not able to receive services. But once I got that done, I started lashing at my house, only family and some friends of family. And in 2015, I decided to quit my job as in customer service for it was a call center for a corporate. It was a corporate job, and I went part-time to a well-known franchise lash studio, and I really enjoyed being there. I was able to get the practice that I needed. I was able to build a clientele. It wasn't a big pay at the very beginning. It still wasn't at the end, but it was able to give me the practice that I needed. Especially if you are going to be doing this, you have to continue practicing. You're not gonna know how to do it in a month or 2. And then you pick up speed after that. So once you get your technique down, then you have your speed, because it takes hours to do this. So it did pick up my speed. I was able to do a classic full set in an hour and a half. And that's with also consultation, which is horrible. I wouldn't do it now, but it does take me about an hour 45 minutes with consultation to do a full set of classic extensions. So I was there for about 6 years, but in the meantime, I went ahead and went back to school and enrolled into the 4-year university. And this was supposed to just be part-time. This was just supposed to get me through college. I just didn't want to work a corporate job while I was in college. So I went ahead and picked up Lash. I went ahead and picked up Esthetics. I went to school for my bachelor's in, I don't even remember, but I know that I graduated in May of 2016 with my bachelor's degree in criminal justice. And shortly after, in December 2016, I had my daughter. I was pregnant. I knew I was pregnant towards the end of college. I think in March or April of 2016, I knew I was pregnant. So I was so glad that it happened while I was about to graduate, because if I was in school, I was too tired. I was very tired. So that happened. My thought of working in the criminal justice did not pan out because my priority was very different. I knew I was not going to be able to work a full-time job in the criminal justice field and also be a mom at the same time. So I continued on being part-time lash tech and then full-time mom for about until now, really. I started working for myself after working there for 6 years, and I had to make that decision at the time where she was about to start school. My job wasn't close to where I lived. It almost sometimes took me 45 minutes to get there, and sometimes it even took me an hour with traffic. So once she started school, I knew it was not going to work. I went ahead and decided that, and this was during the pandemic, that I was going to have to quit my job and do something else. That something else, I didn't know what it was going to be. I was also enrolled in a certification program to be a teacher because I wanted a schedule as close as hers. Pandemic happened and I did not finish the certification program. I decided that I did not want to be in a classroom and being exposed to students who have COVID. I have many teacher clients and I take my hats off to them because they do this on a daily basis. And I know my teachers, my clients that are teachers, it's very stressful to them. So I decided that I was not going to go that route, and I just became full-time as a solo esthetician, and I will be full-time as a solo esthetician. It will be a year in May. So yeah, that is my story. Everybody's story is different. I don't know what's going to be next. I sometimes think I'm going to go back to school. Sometimes I say I'm going to probably go to law school to do immigration law. But at the moment, I enjoy where I'm at right now. I'm not this big famous aesthetics, but I do have a clientele base where I'm comfortable enough. I do offer some trainings to other inspiring lash artists, and everything right now has been going very well for me as a solo esthetician. So yeah, that is my current journey. I don't know what's next, but then again, I do continue, and I highly suggest it for anybody who is wondering or trying to get into this program. You have to love to do this. Touching people, talking to people, being friendly to people. Customer service is really important. You have to, this is my business, but also it is a business. So you have to make sure that you are all of that, because you are who represents your brand. So if you are thinking about it, make sure you do your research. Do go to different tours for these schools, because a lot of these schools have a bad rap, and I would recommend go to somewhere where you know they're going to teach you really well, where your money is going to be spent well. Make sure that what kind of products are they using in your school, if it's professional grade, what type of services are they going to teach you. I would ask, like the teachers, what their background is, because they're going to be the ones that are teaching you. You want to make sure you get some type of exposure of doing a facial while you are in school, if that is what you're planning to do. If you're wanting to do waxing, ask them about their waxing services. Do they even offer Brazilians? What services do they offer? Ask a lot of questions and go to different schools. The school is there, you're just really there to put in your hours, and so just try to get in and get out. Don't miss school for a whole week, because that's just going to delay your graduation. And the main thing that you're going in there is to get in and get out and get your license, and then start your career as an esthetician. So that's my recommendations for anybody who is interested. in providing services. Now, I get this asked a lot. Here in Texas, we have 3 different type of programs. We have the cosmetology that offers hair. I think they do manicures, like nails, and some waxing. They don't do skin at all. But if you are into doing hair, cutting hair, coloring hair, do the cosmetology program. If you want to do skincare, waxing, lash extensions, then do the aesthetics program, because their focus is on skincare. They also, my school focused on also on makeup services, and that was what originally what caught my eye, is that they had the school of makeup. So every month we did, October was full of special effects. We did theater makeup, we did decade makeup, so we did 20s makeup, we did 70s makeup. Every decade we learned about different eras of makeup. So if that was what interests you, look into the aesthetics program. And then there is a program here in Texas, and I think it's the only one here in the States. It is our lash specialty license, and that one you can only do lashes. So if you're just wanting to do lash extensions, then just go with that program, because I believe it's less hours and it doesn't cost as much as an esthetician program. My program costed me about $14,000, I think, I'm not too sure. But you also, another thing that you want to check is with the school that you get enrolled in, check if they offer financial aid. Some programs do qualify for financial aid, so if you do qualify for that, make sure you sign up for that, because it'll save you a lot of money. My phone storage caught up, but some people don't even have to pay out of pocket when they apply for financial aid, so look into that also if you qualify for it. But yeah, I think that's all everything. I think that's all. I think I've covered everything that I needed to cover. If anything, you can always comment below, ask questions. I'm trying to be as transparent with the aesthetics program. Also, another thing with product, there are other estheticians also that they get hired on through professional grade companies, and they are educators. So you can be a licensed esthetician and educate other licensed esthetician and offer their products like Skin Script. They have some estheticians. I know Glymed has a licensed estheticians that you can call them, and they will help you with your order. Image Skincare. They also have, they hire on licensed estheticians so that they can help you pick out the products that you're going to use in your aesthetics. But that's going to be a different video. So as an esthetician, you can also even do virtual skincare. So you don't ever have to touch somebody. You just go through a process where you ask them multiple questions, you start a program, and you help them clear up their face without even touching them. So it's kind of like, you know, with trainers, you can do online training to help you with your weight loss journey. It's also like that with the skincare, except you're actually speaking to somebody who is a licensed esthetician. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I covered everything now, but if anything comes up, I'll make it up in another channel. So if you want to continue to look into my videos and keep up with my journey, click the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And also like this video so you can also see other estheticians will pop up on your feed. So thank you for watching. Bye. So while I was editing my video, I did fail to mention that in the state of Texas, there's actually 4. From what I know of, it's the Cosmo, Esthetician, Lash Specialty, and then also the Nail Tech. But in my video, what I am pretty much stating is there to do lash extensions, you do have to have you have to be either a licensed esthetician, a licensed cosmetologist, or a licensed lash specialty license program. Those are the three that will allow you to do extensions, lash extensions here in the state of Texas. Just an FYI.